This is Muhammad Nabi, Afghanistan national cricket team's captain, crying to the sound of Afghanistan's national anthem. Now, the 2021 Men's Cricket World Cup may be the last time you will ever get to see the Afghan flag or hear the Afghan national anthem. The cricket committee knows that, the teams know that, the players know that. Now we all now know that. So, are any of you cricket fans here? Actually, wait. Let me rephrase the question. Are any of you not cricket fans here? Yep, so that's the majority. I was kind of expecting that. So now, I believe most of you thought that my TED Talk will be about the rules and regulations of cricket, the ins and outs of cricket, pun intended. However, my TED Talk, unfortunately, is not about cricket as the sport. However, I can tell you this. My TED Talk is a much better introduction than some cricket rule book. Because my TED Talk is about what cricket does, what cricket brings, what cricket represents, what cricket means to us. Now, you all may believe that you do not know the language of cricket. The language of cricket is not leg side, offside, chakka, chakka, maiden over, etc. And if it was, the pacing of that sentence would definitely not have brought me up to this stage. In reality, the language of cricket is unity, peace, and happiness. Now, as an Indian, I absolutely adore cricket. So, now, are there any Indian cricket fans here? So, well, that's a shame, because we didn't win. Actually, we didn't even reach the finals. Actually, we didn't even reach the semifinals. So, I did watch the 2021 Men's Cricket World Cup, and I watched India miss out on the semifinals, and I watched Pakistan grow as a team. I watched the reigning champions, the West Indies, struggle to win a single match. I watched New Zealand reach and lose the finals again. I'm sorry, Miss Walsh. And I watched Australia win. So good on you, Mr. Alexander. And I also watched Afghanistan as if it's the last time I will be able to see them. Now, I am fully aware that there are a handful of nations in the world that avidly admire the sport. 4 of these nations will be discussed in this talk. However, the primary focus of this talk is about what cricket brings to these nations that is so irreplaceable, intangible, unbreakable, and in my opinion, absolutely beautiful. In Afghanistan, cricket is one of the only languages that does not involve war. As a country known for the lives lost, the blood spilled, and the new authority of the Taliban, cricket is the shelter of peace during the reign of blood. Now, the chairman of the Afghan Cricket Board, Azizullah Fazli, once stated during a translated interview, "Cricket is the ambassador of peace." The Afghan cricket team has always given a message of unity to the entire nation and brought Afghanistan together. Now, as a country destroyed by war, cricket is one of the remaining unifying factors for Afghanistan, thus providing therapeutic benefits to its youth population. In fact, according to licensed psychologist Sharafuddin Azmi, if Afghans didn't have cricket, they would take drugs or take part in war or other miserable things. To Afghanistan, cricket is peace, happiness, unity, and most importantly, to Afghanistan, cricket is not war. Now, unfortunately, for some, cricket does not provide enough refuge, and many choose to flee to other European countries, such as the second nation that is to be discussed, Sweden. Now, many Pakistani and Afghan refugees struggle to belong into Swedish society due to their different customs and values. However, thankfully, cricket transcends the boundary line of race. According to the performance director of the Swedish Cricket Federation, Ben Herodin, cricket has helped people who have moved to another country by helping them integrate into society through sport. Cricket provides refugees a platform for growth and togetherness. According to the data from the Swedish Research Council for Sports Science, cricket is the second fastest growing sport in Sweden, with an 85% growth in active members from 2016 to 2018. In fact, there has been a 293% increase in the number of participants in the cricket experience in the last 5 years, with almost 10,000 participants in 2019. To Sweden, cricket is growth, understanding, connection. To Sweden, cricket is being on the same team. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have noticed this, but I haven't mentioned something. I've yet to mention the B word. I know what you're thinking. We're not allowed to swear during our TED Talks. Not that B word. I have yet to mention the British. Now, this wouldn't be a TED Talk without mentioning the British. So initially, the British spread cricket to other countries through colonialism as a way to restructure these societies based on their English values. Cricket was meant to be a whip, quite the opposite of what I've mentioned so far. Now, I've realized one thing. I've yet to establish any connection between Indians and cricket. So let's start with the West Indians. So to all of the Indian cricket fans right here in the audience, I promise I'll get to India at the very end. Now, to many colonized societies and Commonwealth countries such as the West Indies, cricket is a form of bloodless resistance, a symbolic form at that. An example of this is post-independence during the 1970s and the 1980s, when the West Indian team emerged and dominated international cricket for nearly 2 decades. The legendary West Indian fast bowler, known as the Whispering Death, pretty cool name, Michael Holding, once said that they, the West Indian team, were representing something far more significant than cricket. And he was right. In short, the West Indian team celebrated victory against their colonial masters. West Indian historian, commentator, and activist C.L.R. James believes that the pride taken in the West Indian team was a unifying factor for the fragmented group of nations. To West Indies and these colonized societies, cricket was not the whip. Cricket was the punch that responded to the whiplash. Cricket was the stare of defiance. And to many of these colonized countries, a victory over England was a form of emotional independence. Now, finally, moving on to my home country, the fourth nation, India. Home to more than 19,500 mother tongues, the birthplace of 4 major world religions, including Buddhism, India is united by one or two things. And one of them is cricket. A sport that was meant to divide Indians into teams based on religion, a sport that was meant to colonize, a sport that was meant to be a whip, a sport that was meant to divide, unites. Now, to India, cricket is the unity among diversity. Now, let me tell you all a story. My mother once went to a grocery store during a cricket match. I know, what was she thinking? Nothing can be above cricket, am I right? But she did. So obviously, she couldn't contain her nerves and she had to watch the cricket match somehow. So she decided to watch the cricket match through the tiny phone screen of the shopkeeper, a man from a completely different social background than my mother. Yet here they are, watching the same screen, and cheering for the same team. And I'm sure after all of this, you all must realize that cricket is not just some annoying bug. It is not just some sport. It is not just some game. Sports like cricket are game changers. Now, unfortunately, not all game changers are made equal. Women's cricket is nowhere near as popular as men's cricket. And we all must recognize that and appreciate the change that cricket has brought to us. However, I think now it is time for us to change the game cricket. Yet, despite it all, despite all of cricket's shortcomings, I still view cricket as a game changer. If cricket is a game changer for me, then what is a game changer for you? Thank you.